All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. And this is going to be a quick video going into how the evil nature of the man of sin is being revealed, man. And like, just look at this guy's eyes, man. Let me see if I can zoom in on this guy. Okay, it's not going to allow me to zoom in because I'm not on full screen, but just look at this guy's eyes, man, and he looks like he would do something like that. And what this story is about is that this guy on the screen, he was at work. I think he worked for a trucking company, and he was monitoring a female colleague's amount of breaks that she took, and he was just became obsessed with the amount of breaks that she took at work, right? To the point where his colleague, he must have probably said something to her about it. So then the female colleague, she complained to the HR department that he's just like watching what she's doing too much. And that caused him to get suspended from work for a bit. And then as he returns from the suspension and he's allowed to return back to work again, he planned in his mind that he was going to unalive the woman at work in front of all the other colleagues. And he did exactly that. And he admitted to the police when he got arrested, when he handed himself in and didn't even resist. I believe that's how the story was said. And he admit, you can watch the video anyway. Here's the video. You can watch this video and watch the full story. But when he confessed to what he did, he pretty much said that he became obsessed with her, and that he Salakia, man, I'm trying to remember how he said it, that he was also like angered that she didn't give him attention. And that's Esau's problem, man. He wants to be in the forefront of everything, and the world's starting to realize that he's a loser, man. Right? The world's starting to reveal that he's a loser. Like, nobody has to talk to you and give you no crazy high level of respect and stuff like that when you're at work. But Esau, when he's on all of these different jobs, he's the main demon, man. He's the main person shaking things up all the time in a negative way. And I've been around these Edomites on a whole bunch of different jobs, man. And they've always got just a sinister way how they do things, man. I can't stand them, right? They're always just weirdos. They're evil in like in the whole school system thing of how this world works to where and into the job system of this world. These Edomites are always weirdos. They're trying to get people fired for no reason, right? In university and in college, they're being demons in there, or as people in America might say they might call it college, right? But when I'm saying college in the UK, since that's like a 16 to 18 teaching period that we have over here, if you didn't know that, right? And then college would be like or university would be from 18 up, right? But these Edomites are just weirdos in all these regards, man. They're weird. And because they're catching hell in several other aspects in their life right now, they're on the edge, man. And that's why brothers and everyone are watching, and the apostles and everyone, we're watching this, all this stuff to do with election, and we're seeing that, man, people are really going to lose it regardless of whoever wins, man. Regardless of whoever wins. And I looked at and paid attention to something that I thought was significant as well in regards to the election thing. And it was because there's one of the elders over in the UK that he goes into, likes to mention the things to do with the odds on stuff like that. So I looked it up, the odds on the betting for this election, right? And they're allowing people to bet way more money on this election than they normally ever do in elections that are taking place in the UK. They're allowing people to bet like 3-4 grand on Kamala Harris and like 8 grand on Trump. But the odds for Trump to win the election are higher than they are for Kamala Harris to win. But then the odds for Kamala Harris to win the popular vote are higher. And this is from Sky Bet, the one that what I'm talking about, that there was crazy higher odds. And I'm not saying I bet on it or nothing like that, but I just wanted to have a look because that can kind of sometimes show you the way they're going to try and play it, man. But with this way, it's kind of harder to see because they're allowing people to bet large amounts of money that they normally do not allow people to bet on such things. It's normally so sure how they going to set it up that they don't allow people to bet large amounts of money and be able to win large amounts of money. It would normally be you bet large amounts of money and you win a small amount. But in this regard, they're gonna allow people to bet like almost 8+ grand. I think it is 8+ grand on Trump to win the election in general, and then like 4 or 5 grand on for Kamala Harris to win, and then you'll win about the same amount of money either side, which one you bet. It's like, I think it was 15-8 or something like that for Trump to win, and 4-6. So if you bet £4 for Kamala Harris to win, you get 6. But then in terms of the popular vote, which would be the votes of the citizens, Kamala Harris was the favorite to win that, 5-2. If you bet £5, you get £2 back. So even in regards to that, it's kind of like the betting companies kind of know that it's split anyway. And they're basically saying, based on the odds that they've put, that they think that Trump's going to win the election in general. But the citizens, as far as percentage-wise of citizens, not if you're going based on the states and electoral colleges, the citizens are going to be on, we wanted Kamala to win, which that would be a divided country, right? That would be a divided country in general, which then events can stir off from that, man. The Egyptians set against the Egyptians, right? And just the proof of people doing stuff like this, man, is the signs that people are on edge in this world, because that's not normal to want to take your colleague out because they're having long breaks at work. You know what I mean? And this also reminds me of the story of that one of the elders, man. One of the elders recently put up, well, maybe like 3 or 4 months ago, about that, where he was on his job and he had an Edomite colleague that was always being friendly with him, talking with him, was talking to him about personal things in his life. They were just laughing and joking. They'd hit if sometimes they'd bring food and stuff, like different things like that, right? And then that Edomite tried to secretly go to the manager and was complaining about how many breaks that he thought he had. Oh, he's having a longer break. And he tried to get the elder fired, man. Because Esau's like that. Esau's like that. And when you're on these jobs, man, in this world, these Edomites are always out there trying to shake things up, man. For the most part, as I see it is now anyway. But then who knows, man? Like, different people, different brothers anyway, have different things that they have to deal with, man. We all have different challenges and stuff that we have to deal with. But Esau, in my interaction with these devils, they're just demons. They're just demons in that regard, man. When I'm around these devils, man, they're demons. I can't stand them when it comes to that kind of stuff, man. I can't stand Esau, really, man. Like, they're evil, man. They're always out to try and get us. And some people might say, nah, they're not. But we're getting ready on this earth anyway to see Esau again for who he really is. We're getting ready to see Esau be way worse than he was during the times of the Atlantic slave trade, right? This is what this guy did here is just an example of the kind of stuff that's going to be taking place in Jacob's trouble. It's just a small example, man. And all these people are on edge. Don't the scriptures say, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold? Don't the scriptures say, there shall be sedition among men and invading one another, and the cause of their actions shall stand in their power? This guy could have actually ended up doing way worse than what he actually did. He was just obsessed with that one female colleague. What if he was obsessed with the whole workplace? What about that then? What would he have did? You know what I mean? And this is just a small example, man. If the people don't want to win the vote win in different parts of the America, wherever the people are, they're gonna bug out, man. If there's one state that they wanted, oh, I wanted this person to win, and they didn't win, I'm gonna get angry. And then in the other state, oh, I wanted this person to win, and they didn't. But they're not going. Neither party is gonna accept that the person that they wanted to win didn't win. They're not gonna accept it. Neither side. Neither side, man. And if Harris wins, you could easily see how that could lead to Jacob's trouble. But then you can also see how it's going to lead to Jacob's trouble if Trump wins too. It can be seen either side, and either way it goes, Jacob's trouble is going to happen anyway, because it's prophecy. And there's going to be bogged out Edomites with crazy eyes like this guy losing the plot, man. Because the way that they see it is their world is falling down. If this guy was really winning in life, there's no way he would have did what he did. He wouldn't care that some colleague isn't paying him attention. And that's why Esau's fighting so hard anyway, because he can sense that he's losing his power. Know what I mean? It's all the prophecies that he's heard about from Hebrew Israelites talking about now. A lot of it's not seeming funny no more. A lot of the stuff's not funny no more, man. He's at work and he's such a loser at work, this Edomite, that he was obsessed with how many breaks somebody else is taking. You know what I mean? He ain't got nothing going on outside of work. Ain't got nothing going on inside of work, that he just became obsessed with how much toilet breaks another person is taking at work, instead of worrying about his own life. And that's Esau. He's always up in everyone else's business, man. The average Edomite is a loser. And all of you Edomites that you think that you're on some high level and you're on some oligarch class and all of that, no. And over here in the UK, right, I gotta say this, over here in the UK, I've been doing some research into stuff like different things where you can see that Esau's trying to drain people's financials out, man. All the people that tried to make money secretly from other things and that, Esau's minimalized the amounts where people start having to pay out payments to him, so that they can make us even, like, he's like drained out like damn near 70%. So okay, you used to be able to make 5 figures plus before I started saying I gotta get my portion, but now I've cut it down. Once you make more than this 4-figure amount, I want to start getting my cut. So everyone's gonna start catching hell down here, man. It's no longer just gonna be so-called black people, Latinos, and Native Americans. That no, all of y'all are gonna be catching hell, and we're used to this kind of thing. So we're gonna be able to dwell in this kind of thing better than you are, and that's what's gonna cause for these Edomites to want to bring Jacob's trouble, man. That's what's gonna cause them to be angry, because they're gonna see that we can handle this harsher environment better than them. And Esau never wants to look over and see that anyone's doing better than him. He can't stand, even among his own people, he can't stand it. Esau can't stand even looking over on his own people and being like, oh, they're doing better than me. He can't stand that kind of thing, man. And that's the whole reason why America and Russia can't just get along. Here it is, America's got their thing going on with and got all these different nations singing to their tune. But they're seeing that Russia's got some nations that are singing to their tune and they just can't stand it, when they could just mind their business. But because they're so hateful in their heart, they have to stick their nose in, man, and that's going to lead to us getting our kingdom anyway, because that's going to lead to World War III. So good that it's happening. And some people might say, oh, this story's got nothing to do with, no, this thing taking place is based around, this news story is based on loads of other things that's going on in the world. A person would not be obsessed with the amount of toilet breaks that somebody else is taking at work if they've got multiple wives, unlimited funds to spend on what they want. They've got plenty of hobbies that they're gonna do after they finish work. They've got a cool social circle when they're at work. Nobody would care about how much breaks somebody was taking at work if they had all of these things going on. They wouldn't notice. They wouldn't even notice that stuff. Everyone would be noticing what they're doing at work. You know what I mean? That's what would end up happening. People would end up be focusing on what you're doing at work. But how Esau is, because he's such a loser, right? He's always up in everyone else's business, man, and he's trying to find out different ways and he can cast people down, man. Doesn't it say in the scriptures? Let me see if I can remember what it says off the top of my head, man. And they take fields, right? And they take fields by violence, right? And they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. That's how Esau does, man. He can't stand seeing anybody else have something that he doesn't have, to the point where he became obsessed with her having breaks from work. And then that reminds me of this, like I said before, it reminds me of this story where the elder was going into how the Edomite tried to get him fired from work, complaining about his breaks, that amount of breaks that he takes. And then he ended up getting fired himself. He actually ended up getting fired. And the elder said that he actually thought that the guy was all right. You see what I mean? And that just goes into the serpent nature of Esau. Just look at the guy's crazy eyes, man. Look at his crazy eyes, man. And as the society starts tearing down more and more, this is the look that the average Edomite's gonna have in their eyes, man, when they see you Jakes. And you Jakes that aren't spiritual aren't gonna understand what that look means. And that look means what it says in Revelation 12 and 12, man. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, right? And them that dwell therein. For the devil is come down into you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. That's what that look means in this guy's eyes, man. Imagine it like, man, these Edomites, they're just through, man. But some people won't, will just think that this is just a small case. Oh, this case is just, no, this case is a sign of all the things that's going on in the world in general, man. Because people are bugging out over small things because they ain't got no hope. They ain't got nothing. It's not normal for an Edomite to be doing this kind of thing, and I believe that they did it to another Edomite. But it's not normal for them to have this kind of hatred in their heart just and express it at work. They normally hide that kind of thing, and the workplace is normally a place where Esau is winning. That's normally the place where Esau's able to win. But he had his cubicle. He was in his dead end job. He hated it. You know what I mean? To the point where he was just fishing around for something else to bring him some excitement, and he just started watching how much breaks this woman's having at work, man. You know what I mean? Esau is normally the person that's, when he's on jobs, that he's all up in everyone else's business, like, but he's winning from doing that. But in this case, he wasn't winning, man, and he didn't have nothing going on for himself in any other regard, because this society's through. You Edomites are starting to gradually realize that you're not on the rank of this world that you thought you were. You thought that you were just so much higher than everybody else, but you've realized that among your own nation, that there's a layer of society that you don't match into. There's an elite level that you are not allowed into because you're not from the same clan. You might be from the same nation as your fellow Edomite brothers. You might be from the same tribe as your fellow Edomite brothers, but you're not from the same clan. And they've got something set up that they want their clan of Esau and their particular tribe of Esau to not allow your clan to be on the same level as theirs. And they're trying to keep the wealth among their particular clan from their particular tribe, and you ain't part of that. And that's what's making you Edomites bug out, man. That's one of the reasons why y'all are mad, and now you want to all of a sudden start talking about the small hats are running this and the small hats are running that. But before you used to even acknowledge the small hat thing in general, you used to say, oh, it's not us, it's the elites. But now you're trying to separate yourselves and make out like you two and them are different nations, but you're the same nation. You're all the same nation, man. Just different tribes and different clans of that nation. And that's why it's so hilarious when you Edomites try and talk about us and tell us that we ain't who we say we are, when you don't even know who you are, a lot of you. A lot of you Edomites are still running around like you're so-called white people, but you're Edomites though. So you better take the beam out of your own eye in terms of who you are as a nation, instead of worrying about what we've got going on with us. We know what nation we believe we are, and we know what we're expecting to take place on the earth as well. We know the trajectory of what we think the world's going to go. We've even factored in that as part of our trajectory for us getting to the place that we expect to get in the long run, that a lot of our nation are going to perish. We've factored that in. We've factored in that we might perish and get put in guillotines and all kind of. We've factored in a whole bunch of madness that's going to happen to us potentially. We've factored in believable earthly events and more unbelievable earthly events, and we factored in heavenly events, and we can filter it through the Bible. Have you done that? Have you people done that? Or are you bugging out and obsessed with your work colleagues? You know what I mean? Are your lives so dragged down that you're just focused on what your work colleagues got going on? That's their sixth toilet break this today. I'm gonna go and complain to the manager. How about you mind your business? You know what I mean? Like all over all over this world, these Edomites are. Look at this guy. All over the world, these Edomites are just bugging out, man. What did that say there? About 3.4 million people are victims of stalking from the age of 16. So you see, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Because people ain't got nothing going on, they're just bugged out, man. They're just all up in other people's business. Let me see what she says there. It's important to recognize the difference between with misogyny, right? Because it's the notion that she owes him something. Well, yeah, that's how Esau thinks as well. Esau thinks that even the low level Edomite, they have that ruling class mentality where they think that they just run the show, man. You know what I mean? Esau just thinks that he's in charge, even when he ain't even got the skills to be in charge, man. That's just his mentality because it's his kingdom right now. It is his kingdom right now, man. So he's actually in the right mind to want to try and keep it going. But the scriptures are clear. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another, and Esau cannot rule any other way but wickedly. He's not able to do that. He only knows how to be wicked. And some people might say, oh, you made a lot out of this, talking about this video. It's not even that, it is that deep. It really is that deep that all of these things are taking place and it's coming up to a major point in what's happening in the earth, man, with this election and everything like that. It's showing all the signs that people are just bugging out, man. People are losing it. You know what I mean? You've got Israelite women that they're like running around trying to tell their men what to do in terms of voting and all that, and trying to, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just mad. It's just mad how all of this stuff's going on. You've got people saying that they're potentially rigging it, and that's when the people are trying to vote on the machines, it's not allowing them to press the person that they want to vote for. It's switching it. You've got a lot going on. They're putting out on the news that, oh, this person's already won this state way before that the voting thing's already over. How would they know that if the votes aren't even complete? So they're putting it out there that, oh, they're trying to rig it and all that. You know what I mean? Like, a lot's going on. And either way it goes, the result's gonna be towards prophecy, because this whatever decision gets made anyway, we have to understand this. Whatever decision gets made, that's what Yahweh wanted to happen. Man's goings of Yahweh. How can a man then understand his own way? So if Harris wins, Yahweh wanted her to win. If Trump wins, Yahweh wanted that to happen, and he's got in his plan that that's gonna lead towards the end goal that he wants it to be. That in 2024, that person won, and that's going to lead in the history of the Israelites getting into the kingdom of heaven. That was supposed to take place in order for us to get there. That's all we need to understand. But yeah, I just thought I'd talk on that point, man. It was making me think about a few other things that's going on in the world. I was thinking, why would somebody do this? Not that Esau is not capable of that. Esau is capable of anything. He's a demon. But like, if you're in your society and when we're in the kingdom of heaven, we ain't gonna be worried about stuff like this. You know what I mean? We ain't gonna be worried about that. As long as a heathen doesn't sin, we ain't gonna be watching what they're doing. We ain't gonna be worried about them like that. We're gonna have so much going on with our own selves that as long as the heathen are keeping Yahweh's laws, we will leave them alone. All our job is gonna be, and I say all our job is gonna be in the kingdom of heaven, but our job in the kingdom of heaven is gonna be to make the world be beautiful. We're gonna rule over the heathen with a rod of iron, but that ruling over them with a rod of iron is gonna be simplified. When you sin, you will be judged for sinning. If you do the right things, you will be left alone. So do the right things. And just like how the Israelites was told, if you do the right things, you receive life. If you do the wrong things, you receive on life. Yeah? So see that this day before you is life and not life. So choose life and you'll live. Yeah? That's how the heathen are going to be viewed. Just like how that's how we were viewed. But we're going to be given freely by Yahweh through catching all this hell that we're going to catch anyway. We're going to be given the ability to be under the new covenant. We're going to be given the new covenant, man. And all the beautiful works that are going to be worthy of praise, that people are going to have worthy of praise in the kingdom of heaven, that they did these things, those works was given to them by Yahweh. preordained in their lives, man. Ephesians chapter 2 verse 8, for by grace ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, it is the gift of God, not of works, lest any man should boast. For we are his workmanship, created in a Mashiach Yahweh Shai unto good works, which Yahweh before ordained that we should walk in them. So works are going to be involved in everyone's lives. But Yahweh gave the works, man, and that's why it's a really if you're of the elect, man, it's beautiful, man. If you've got the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, it's a beautiful thing, man, and it's something that a person that's got the knowledge can't take advantage of, even if they wanted to, because Yahweh is going to force them to still always appreciate it, man. Because there's not no real difference between an Israelite of the elect and an Israelite that's not of the elect, especially when you read Romans the 11th chapter from like the 28th verse on down. There's not really no difference between an Israelite of the non-elect and an Israelite that's of the elect, other than that Yahweh decided to make one have the sight to see what's really going on and decided to blind the other one, man. It's actually like, just like how it's unfair, if you want to say that, it's unfair how Esau is an Edomite and how Israel is an Israelite, considering they both came from the same forefather, Isaac, right? You could technically say, oh, it's unfair that there's Israelites that are of the elect to the nation of Israel and there's Israelites that are not of the elect to the nation of Israel, because they both come from the same forefather as well in Jacob. And you would be right in saying that, yet your complaint of that does not change the facts that Yahweh decided to choose one and not choose the other. He decided to choose the Israelites over every single Edomite. And he decided in the short term that he was going to make the more glory be on the elect of the nation of Israel than on the non-elect of the nation of Israel, yet both the Israelites of the non-elect and the Israelites of the elect are going to receive the kingdom. So, okay, you can say it's unfair and all of that. Okay, I would agree. Yet, I'm happy that I believe I'm an Israelite. And if it turns out that I'm not an Israelite, then I guess I'll be in the same situation as all you other people. But I believe I'm an Israelite, man. I don't believe that I'm a dirty, stinking heathen. I don't see that as a possibility, man. I believe I'm an Israelite. And the tribe that I believe that I'm from is not even relevant, because believing that you're an Israelite is the main thing anyway. It wouldn't matter what tribe you're from, as long as you're an Israelite. And it wouldn't matter what tribe you're from, especially if you're of the elect to the nation of Israel. Right? We're the ones that have been prophesied to get the new covenant, man. Hebrews chapter 8 and verse 10. For this is the covenant that I'll make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I'll put my laws into their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and I'll be to them a God, and they shall be to me a people. Verse 11. And they shall not teach every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord, for all shall know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them. And then it goes on in verse 12 to say that Yahweh is going to forgive their unrighteousness and remember their iniquities no more. So for all the people out there that they're saying that the Israelites are not loved and that they're cast away, you're a liar. That's not in the scriptures. The Israelites being forsaken is in the scriptures, but them being redeemed is in there too. And the redemption came through the blood of Yahweh Shai. For all you people that want to say we never mention the Lord, you're a liar. We love Yahweh Shai, man. We love mentioning Yahweh Shai all the time. Who do you think we're waiting on to come and crack the clouds? Is it not the Messiah? Who do you think it is that we're mentioning that's going to have... You people don't like to mention the Messiah in truth, but you try and accuse us of it. You don't like to mention what the Messiah looks like. You like to lie. You've put out an image of lies and trying to make out like that's what he looks like. He don't look like that. He looks like what you would call a black person, but you try and hide that. But then you think that you love him. As soon as that gets mentioned, oh, why does it matter? So it doesn't matter that somebody lied about what somebody looks like. That don't matter. So the truth don't matter no more. I thought you Christians love the context. It's fascinating, huh? But anyway, I'm gonna end the video there, right? Everyone around the world is bugging out, man. Right? There's a lot of things going on at the moment, and everyone's bugging out all over the world, man. And it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse, man. And when Jacob's trouble comes, people are really gonna lose the plot. They're really gonna lose it. Shalom to the elect to the nation of Israel. Shalom.